Welcome to a Goddess Guidance Meditation. I am Kisha Lee, the Psychic Yogi, your hostess, and this message comes from the Goddess Áine, urging you to take that leap of faith. So whatever it is that has been keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant, anything that's been feeling heavy, just notice, taking a moment to allow the message to just settle in your space. Taking a moment to bring your focus to a soft gaze. Maybe gently closing your eyes, receiving this message without changing anything, without changing the breath, just notice the breath. It's ebb and flow in and out. How it allows you to receive from that which is external. And as you exhale, releasing that which is from within. You allow yourself to receive this message of faith. Slowly and softly shift your awareness, how the energy, the vibration of faith makes you feel. We spend so much of our time focusing on our daily living activities and healing and our future, and other emotions, other thoughts. There are other feelings, vibrations, experiences, bodily sensations that we may overlook. And our faith, as much as it can be tested, is something we sometimes overlook. And just from a place of curiosity, without having to do too much, just out of wonderment and curiosity. You could imagine a scale from 0 to 100. Where would your amount of faith in the divine land scale? No need to judge it or change it. Maybe it's closer to 0, maybe it's closer to 100, maybe it's somewhere in between. But on the scale of 0 to 100, where does your faith in the divine land? Notice how that makes you feel. If it's not at 100%, you're judging yourself in some way, Feel a constriction or a tension within the body. You feel less than. You feel as if it's unachievable. But no matter where you are on the scale of 0 to 100%, faithful. Your next breath, setting everything else aside. Becoming more present and grounded in this moment. What would it just feel like to have 100% faith in the divine? However you see that higher power, that divine intelligence. Maybe the scale moves closer to 100% with ease and grace. Maybe there's some resistance. Maybe it's just moving a little slow, but notice those incremental changes. As your faith in the divine comes, is at 100%. Giving yourself a moment to just breathe in, breathe out, allowing every cell of your body to just adjust to this higher frequency, this shift in energy. Allowing the breath to help you integrate this new feeling into your body, all the way down to a cellular level. You find yourself a little challenged, allowing the mind to take a step back and relax, coming deeper into the wisdom of your body. You ask yourself, what would it take to be filled 100% full of faith? And that divine intelligence, that omnipotent wisdom, the highest of the high, that which is truly sovereign and divine. What would it take to have 100% faith and something that is so mystical and magical, something that is so much greater than our own awareness, our own consciousness. Maybe bringing to mind a moment it's just unexplainable. It felt electric. Something that maybe you couldn't even comprehend at the moment. So breathtaking. You were awestruck at what had taken place, the synchronicity, the divine timing of a memory or an experience. Perhaps it was a moment out in nature that made you realize there is something greater than your own being, consciousness of the collective, humanity as a whole, earth as a whole. There was something greater. How can you soften into that moment, allowing the senses to awaken that experience once again? Allowing it to shore up your faith, strengthen your conviction, and knowing that there is something greater than supporting you, protecting you, guiding you in ways seen and unseen. What would it take to have complete faith in that which is the most high, the most divine, that which is based on universal law? Knowing that you are not alone. There's something magical beyond your perception. As smart, intelligent, intuitive as you are in this moment, there's something still greater than a resource, a relationship, connection that you have that is sacred and whole, sovereign and kind, loving, protective. You could just for a moment have a clear connection with that divine essence. And ask in this moment of stillness and quiet, how can I take my next leap of faith? What would it take for that leap of faith so that I may land squarely in the midst of all that serves me, so that I may land in the midst of beauty and abundance, creativity, prosperity, growth, value aligned, synchronicities, prosperous connections, balanced, harmonious day ins and day outs. Life becoming a pleasurable experience because you simply live in the flow. Maybe checking in again. See where you may land on that scale, 0 to 100%. Now that you've remembered those experiences that have gotten you through maybe some of the toughest moments, some of the most challenging times in your life, how there was something that stepped in, something that guided you, something that protected you, something that provided and cared for you. Divine intervention. Maybe you call it magic, synchronicity, serendipity, flow, intuition, something. Something divine intervened and led you to that next step. Sometimes we kick and scream as we're being pushed in a new direction. But remember why. Remember those past experiences that pushed you, challenged you. Maybe creating moments of doubt, insecurity, instability. But in hindsight, everything all worked out favorably for you. Call in the magic of those moments. Allow it to flow in the crown of your head and down through your body from head to toe. Embodying the essence of that moment. Noticing how it made you feel. And just breathe. Relax into it. Softening any areas of tension. Maybe intuitively exploring areas calling for your attention. How much can you surrender? Leaning into it. faith. Maybe it excites you. Maybe it brings a sense of joy, curiosity, playfulness. This journey we call life. Maybe it helps you to become more open, receptive, noticing where you may be holding on, allowing that energy to flow into any current struggles. Softening any hard edges of your struggle, your doubts, your worries, fear. Just this moment. No forcing or pushing yourself beyond the threshold at this time, but just giving yourself permission, even if just a little bit, to explore yourself, coming closer and closer to being 100% filled with faith. Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing it all to just be smooth and steady. The breath, the exploration, the integration. Smooth and steady. I am overflowing with faith, a higher power. It dissolves all doubts and fears, all blocks, all challenges. It erases all limitations. It neutralizes any resistance. I abundantly receive all the blessings, all the support, all the resources needed. It allows me to move forward through inspired action, ease, and grace. Feel lighter, freer, yet somehow more solid, more authentic in my being. My body begins to relax in this knowing and this awareness. The crown of my head space between the brows, the jaw, the tongue, neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, back of the hands, pinky, fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, thumbs, all relax. Heart space expands, chest rises and falls, back of the body softens, back of the heart softens, belly nice and relaxed as I breathe in and out. Down into the hips, legs become heavy, knees become soft. Shins, calves release and relax, ankles soft and relax. Tops of the feet, pinky toes, fourth toes, third toes, second toes, big toes. All relax. The soles of my feet are soft. And I allow all that has been dissolved, all that has been erased, all that has been neutralized, to release down deep into the earth. I am filled with faith. Trying something new, stepping out of my comfort zone, learning something new, experiencing life anew sets my heart on fire. If you've been feeling stuck or stagnant, challenged in life, this is pristine opportunity for you to tap into your personal paradise and set your soul on fire, put your heart's true desire into action. One of the most fundamental ways to move through blocks and challenges is to not step into passivity, to the portal of acceptance, but using the awareness, the acceptance, shifting into that space, mindset, creativity. Creating something is what helps you get over, to break through, to understand that which is happening all around, helping you to become the co-creators that you are now walking this path of. Feel it, sense it, you know it. Sometimes it's a challenge to have full faith in something outside of ourselves, because within we may not have full faith, trust. And if that is you in this moment, that is perfectly understandable, We've all had our individual walks and collective journeys. But this is an opportunity, an invitation. Practice self-inquiry. And just taking a deep breath in, slow, steady, exhale out. You could visualize that gauge once again from 0 to 100%. Where would faith in yourself land gently on that gauge? And remember, it's not about the number itself. There is no judgment, just awareness, new information, communication of your subconscious. Go with the first thing that comes to mind, or the first thing you see, hear, sense. How much faith do you have in yourself to create, to express, to learn, to discover, to rebirth, to let go? And if you could just magically ground out anything keeping that number from being at 100%, just taking a few deep breaths, allowing that scale to adjust closer and closer and closer to 100%, full of faith in yourself. Maybe there's something you can do to make that number higher and higher, depending on where it was initially. But at 100% full of faith in yourself, take a moment to just hold that, to feel that resonance. You are worthy of holding that space for yourself. Own it for yourself. Dive deep into it, lean back into it, sink deeper into it. Completely surrender. Immersing yourself fully in faith. Not only in something greater, but something within. It's always with you. Maybe you feel it on a visceral level. Somewhere in the mind, throat, the heart, the belly, hips. When you have full faith in yourself, where do you feel that? Where does that become activated? Where is that held within your body? Breathe into that space. Can it grow? Branching out in every direction through you. Spreading its power, its light in every direction around you. Encapsulating you. Beautiful ball of light filled with faith, possibility, curiosity, conviction, openness, peace. Just breathe. You slowly come back. Slowly and gently. Your next breath. Just bringing some soft movements to the extremities, your toes, your fingers, your ankles, your wrists, knees, your elbows, the hips, the shoulders, the belly, heart, the neck, face, the crown of your head illuminated. Taking one more deep breath in and out. And no rush. Gently and softly opening your eyes when you are ready. Well, let's see here. All right, so this collective message of leap of faith says to take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. And oftentimes, when we are in a space of procrastination and perfectionism, doubt, imposter syndrome, fears, anxiety holding us back, the most, I would say, significant and co creative way to move through that is through allowing yourself to shift your focus to what it is that you would like to create in that space, in that moment. Because you can, buy a home that's all nicely put together, right? Beautiful garden that's been tended to. You can also buy a little shack and just some land that's, looking kind of impoverished. But the whole point to that example is that in either space, right, regardless of how it is shown up now or what it has, what it doesn't have, whether it's something that's going to be a great challenge to you or something that even comes easy to you, the opportunity to create is an invitation for you to step into your agency, your autonomy, your intuition, your power. And when I find personally that in moments where I'm not feeling so like excited about life, when I find that I'm feeling depleted, lost, aggravated, sometimes just frustrated, pissed off. Okay. angry, or maybe even resentful, or getting into escapism, and being delulu, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what emotion I'm feeling. If it's not bringing me happiness, joy, laughter, a sense of purpose and fulfillment, that is my opportunity to create. Take what I can from that situation, whether it's already nice and pretty and packaged, a certain way and aesthetic, or if it's something that's like, oh, what the hell is this shit? I wasn't ready for this. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I don't even know what I can do with it. Well, question is, what can you do with it? Allow yourself to be open, to be receptive, and not become so in that feminine essence to where you have put yourself in a way so passively on the back burner that you've forgotten your power in stepping forward in that space of creativity, because that is how you not only take your power back, but also give yourself permission to be authentically you, to up level your confidence, your faith in yourself, and you build that trust in yourself by doing that, by creating more and seeing how things pan out. But it actually also amplifies your intuitive capacities, your body awareness and its response to subtle energies. And that eventually will guide you to the things that really bring you fulfillment. And when that triggers, right, when it's activated, because trigger can be associated with like negativity, but when that becomes activated over and over again in your body, it builds a neural pathway that says, oh, I like doing this, right? That's that dopamine hit. Like, I like this, like trusting in myself, believing in myself. I've proven myself that I can do this. And it helps you to become stronger in who you are, in your character, aligned with your morals, your integrity, helps you stay growth oriented and value aligned. And that which does not serve you, hey, you are very clear and discerning about what that is and what those boundaries need to come into place. Okay. So today's message, when it comes down to taking a leap of faith, is if you feel stuck, stagnant, or blocked, challenged anyway, what can you create from that which is in front of you? All right. So thank you. And until next time.